All right, guys. Happy Monday evening. Welcome to this Monday evening special stream of a somewhat controversial topic. Privacy, does it exist? So last night, or late afternoon, I did a live stream with our friend Stephanie. I wanted her to chime in because she's a world traveler and has traveled the world. I wanted to get her input on the issue of privacy. And I thought we would talk about it some more. So what I did, I condensed it's about an hour and 20 minutes. I think I shaved about 25 minutes off of the chat yesterday and got to the highlights. So if you guys would like to chime in, now is your chance. Let me check the stream here. Looking good there. Okay, very good. I believe that this weekend, or maybe this Friday, I will pick the best Linux operating system for 2019 based on your votes, on your comments. It was close, and the winner will be announced this weekend. We didn't really have enough for a top 10. I can do a top 8, maybe. Yeah, top 8. Not enough for a top 10. But that's okay. That's okay. Again, this list is based on your comments and your thoughts, not mine. You guys know I love Ubuntu Mate. So look for that this weekend. So we'll give this a few minutes. We'll look at the video that I edited from yesterday. And if you have something to say about it, please do. About the issue of privacy on the web. Who was it that said, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave"? Little did he know what the word web would come to mean, right? Boy, ain't that the truth. All right. What do we have here? Let me check and see if everything is running good. All right, it's looking good on my end, so... I'm thinking about doing an install test of the latest Ubuntu 19.10. The lead developer, Martin Wimpress, also known as Wimpy, made some interesting comments from what I saw, somewhat surprising, but that's good. I think Ubuntu Mate is on a quest for Linux excellence. I've had very good luck with Ubuntu Mate, so I'm very happy. So I don't expect any issues with the latest Ubuntu Mate. I have to upgrade because I'm running 1904, which expires January, February. So I will have to upgrade to the latest one, 1910. So I will do an in-place upgrade. And I think we should be okay. So. If there are any Steeler fans, the Steelers play tonight. I live not too far from Pittsburgh, so good luck Steelers, even though I am a Dallas Cowboy fan. Didn't really catch anything on the ticker feed for this evening that caught my eye, so no extra news for tonight. We'll save that for the weekend. All right, so the stream's looking good. If there are any issues, let me know, okay? But it's looking good on my end, so I don't need to look at that anymore. I should go ahead and pop out the chat, so let's do that. Hey Daniel, yo, what's up, man? All right, let me go ahead and pop out the chat, and we'll go from there. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is let me get situated here. So, like I said, I condensed yesterday's chat about privacy with Stephanie from an hour and 25 minutes down to 56 minutes highlights. So what we'll do is, well, thank you, Simple Tech. I always try to do things the right way based on my experience and my beliefs. So thank you for the kind comments. So what we're going to do here is let me go ahead and transition. And hello, Tim. Yeah, I was not expecting a defensive battle between the Cowboys and the Saints. I didn't watch the game, but it somewhat surprised me. You just never know. That's why they play the game, right? Well, yeah. Hey, Gnostic. So, yeah, I know Simple Tech. Yeah, I don't evangelize Linux. It's just a choice. Anyway. All right, let me go ahead and get this started. Let me go ahead and start the highlights from yesterday's chat about privacy with our friend Stephanie. She had some interesting thoughts about security and privacy, traveling the world, singing and doing concerts in front of, thousands of people. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'll keep track of your comments in the chat. So let's get started. I think I'll split this into 2 or 3 parts. So here we go. Happy Sunday to all my friends. This topic, this live event, has been a long time coming. It's not my fault, but no. As you can see, our special friend, my special friend is back. She's in Munich, but Stephanie Forian joins us. I've asked Stephanie to join in on this conversation because of what Stephanie does, traveling the world or a lot of parts of the world, singing, doing concerts. I wanted to have input from her on thoughts on privacy and security. So, preserving privacy, does privacy exist? How do we define privacy? Do you feel private when you're on the web, no matter what you use, whether it's Windows, Linux, Mac, and so on? There was some recent news about Amazon, Stephanie, with new products that they sound cool, but all of a sudden Amazon they woke up and they said, hey, we believe in privacy too. Well, good luck with that. Because I know, I know you have the Alexa thingy, right? And so do I. And I usually unplug it during the day. I wonder if that really helps. But I
unplug it when I'm, working. Because if I'm having a phone conversation, I want to make sure that anybody that I'm working for isn't being uncovered. So, I can only really have her on during private time.
Right. That's true. Okay. Let's change the banner. Does privacy exist? And we'll go from there. If you guys haven't already, check out, I put up a couple logs last month. I think I know at least some of you saw the vlogs. Stephanie came to visit here for the first time. And if you're wondering, is she as nice in person as she is on YouTube? Not bad. No, I'm just kidding. It's an Italian thing, men's a half and half. Just a joke. All I can tell you is I survived. No, but...
big pointy teeth!
Yeah.
Monty Python reference, yeah.
Right. No, but a couple of vlogs, and we shot some videos, music videos, and as soon as Stephanie approves one, I'll post one.
I have to look at them first.
I think the one is fantastic, but see, I'm not a singer, so I'm not into the technical stuff. I just listen and clap. It sounds good to me, so that's where we are at. You guys have called her the angelic voice of YouTube, and that's what I'm going to say about that. So you can check her out there. But tonight's topic is privacy. I've been talking about this, it seems like forever. Facebook had to pay a fine for its policies about privacy. I say privacy loosely about Facebook. They did have to pay a fine about $5 billion. And I've joked, how much is your data worth? About $5 billion. I guess, according to the Justice Department. So I had a joke about Facebook and how to solve it, but I can't say that here. So anyway, but that's the topic. Does privacy exist? And how do you... Man, I drank too much Coke. Coca-Cola. Not sponsored by Coca-Cola. I shouldn't be drinking this, but I had a sweet tooth. All right, so how do you guys feel about privacy? Do you feel that no matter what you do, I mean, look, I feel more secure using Ubuntu or Linux-based. I feel more secure. But once you get on the web, I still feel secure, but I don't necessarily feel more. You know, the web is like, the internet to me is like one big bicycle tire, sealed. There's no leaks, right? But once you browse the web, sooner or later there's going to be a little pinhole leak in the tire, psst, and that's your data.
It's a pinhole. I think it's probably just.
Okay, it's free. All right, so it's freaking unbelievable. No, I was trying to dress it up a little bit. Okay.
No, but I think also it depends. I would assume, I know very little about Linux, but I know that on Mac and Windows, a lot is going to depend on your cookies settings, in addition to your browsing behavior. So.
Well, right. In Linux space, you have a little more control over what it data collection. Now, I mean, like if you're reporting bugs voluntarily, that's still your data, but you're saying, okay, there was a bug, but for Linux, that's okay. You do have more control. Mm-hmm. But once you get on the web, what about factors outside the web? How do you control that? We always think of, well, I know it. I have a firewall and a VPN, and I have the police here every day, and I got the I mean, but think outside of the box. We have to think outside of the box on privacy. Now, again, if we're talking privacy among friends, you know, family, stuff that is discussed in private, you know, with your accountant, your attorney, your boyfriend, girlfriend, that's fine. That, of course, is private. But that's not what I will hope too.
Depends on the people, you know.
So let's go into... now, again, if anybody joins in late, feel free to say something in the comments. I know this was a last-minute thing. Don't be shy. Say hello. All right, these are the ways that we can lose our privacy by not even thinking about it. Okay, so, things that you have no control. Now, obviously, you cannot control the web, and you cannot totally erase yourself off the internet, no matter how much that you try. So I have a list here, and there's more, but I don't want to spend all night with the list. But these are the ways that we can lose some of our privacy without subconsciously thinking about it till after the fact. So let me go down the list. Satellite photos. Satellite, you know, high-tech photos. You walk down the street. There are days on a sunny day, hi, government. I just feel, you know, say hi. They take a picture or a photo of you. How private do you...
Or when the Google Maps mobile drives by you on the street. That happened to me. I was like, oh, look, I'm on Google Maps.
Okay, well, that's another one. I missed that one. That's number 11, see? Right, Google Maps. Now, look.
By privacy killing.
I don't think it's intentional that they want it, but because of what they do for maps, and so you get to your place on time. And I'm cool with that. Hi, Paul. Paul Sears in the house.
Ah, hello, Paul.
Say hi to Stephanie. She is. I'm monitoring all the comments for her, Paul.
Yeah,
so
I can't see any comments.
Yeah. I just want to make it easy. Yeah. I'm
hi, on Paul. A need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
Your comments are private from me.
That's one for Stephanie. Okay. Hi, Paul. Yeah. I know you just came in. No singing tonight. It's kind of late for Stephanie. She's in Munich, Germany. By the way, when are you coming back to the States?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But at some point.
Okay. Maybe for the holidays? Anyway, let me know. And we'll do something live from here. Okay. All right. So where were we? Satellite photos, or the Google satellite car. I don't know what they call the car. Google satellite car, mapping car.
I think it's just the map car, the map mobile.
Yeah, it's called the forget about privacy car. No. Okay. Well, that's okay. I have no problem with that because we use the Google Maps that day you were here for GPS. I think to get to that place. So that's all fine. Hi, Quails. Quails in the house. Okay. All right. So number one, well, these aren't really like any particular order, but number one on my list was satellite photos. Can't turn that off. Dash cams, random dash cams. They take a photo of you. Have you seen those Russian dash cam video? Oh my God! They're like, "Hey, comrade, there's a stop sign. Yeah, so what?"
That was the most Italian Russian I've ever heard.
It's like I'm doing my best here, you know. You should hear her do her Arnett Schwarzenegger. It's pretty good.
Oh no.
I won't have her do it now, but it's good. Anyway, it's like traffic laws are optional in Russia, comrade. Okay, but to my point was dash cams, random picture of you. How private do you feel now? Number 3, speeding ticket cameras. I've had a couple friends. I see them on there. What happened? Oh, I got a ticket in the mail. Oh, there was no cop there. Well, it's the cameras. They take a picture of the car and you. How private do you feel now? Now, granted, you went speeding, you broke the law, but who gave them permission to take a picture of you? Yeah, call the sheriff. See what happened. There you lose your privacy now. Number 4, shopping cameras. Shopping in Germany. I know there's speed shopping there. Do they?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
A couple years ago. Was it last year? Christmas shopping? I think it was a Christmas thing where you have to shop really fast and bag because there's someone behind how they do things there.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's not like, it's mostly like speed bagging because there's nobody to help you at checkout, and there's also no space after the checkout. So you have to, as they scan your items, you have to be putting it in your own bag.
Okay.
Because by the time they're done with you, they're on to the next person, and your stuff gets mixed up with the next person's, and if you haven't got your stuff under control, they get upset. Yeah.
Speed bagging. And I think I cracked the joke. Hey, Stephanie, nice job bagging that story. But what's the point? Oh, are there cameras there when you shop? There are.
Yes, there are. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Walmart. Oh my! They should call Walmart Hollywood Mart. There were so many cameras. Last week I saw Tom Cruise come in. He says, "Hey, tossed bananas on sale, 20 cents a pound." Thanks, Tom. Hey, call the Top Gun sequel, Top Banana. No, but seriously, there were so many cameras. I was buying shaving cream and like, not recording. Oh, but I didn't give you permission to record. Well, then don't shop there.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also cameras in the subways. When you're in England, there's cameras on the streets. Like if you're anywhere near Parliament, if you're anywhere near government buildings, there's going to be cameras there.
No, I get it. It can be a plus for more security and all that. But it's a trade-off. Again, how private do you feel now? Mm-hmm. Next on my list, vacation photos are randomly shot by other people. Not the ones we took here when she came to visit and we did videos and stuff. That's fine. That's with our permission. But what about you travel on vacation? There's a couple there taking photos and they accidentally got you in there. There's nothing mean about it, but how private do you feel now? How do you feel about that? When you travel overseas and people take random... Well, see, you're in the singing business, so that's a raw quick. Because there's always...
Like, if people are filming me on stage, I'm usually good with that because I'm like, oh, good, publicity.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
Well, here in Europe, there are different laws, though. Officially, according to... they just passed, I think it was 2018, the GDPR, which is...
Yes,
General Data Protection Regulations. And according to the new laws, you are not allowed to photograph anyone with digital media in public. They haven't enforced that, but say if I am taking a picture in a public place, I'm not allowed to take a picture of anyone unless I have their express permission to take it.
I like that.
But, like I said, how are you going to enforce that? And you go to the Glockenspiel or, some famous, landmark. Of course, tourists are going to be taking pictures, and the police aren't standing there fining you $20 million.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, they probably don't want to lose tourist money. Yeah.
Right. But just theoretically speaking, in Europe, you're not allowed to, that's why I find vlogging a little bit challenging. I try to make sure I don't get anyone's faces, or if I do, I try to blur them out.
Right.
But even having them on your camera, because your camera is potentially connected to the internet, you're not even allowed to take those images. You're not even allowed to have them, even if you never intend to publish them.
Wow.
So it's kind of tricky.
it's hard. It's like I said, tourist photos. I mean, personally, I would not have a problem because I'm taking photos too. But if you feel a little squeamish about it, what do you do? Where's the privacy police?
You go out in a big, funny mask.
Just pretend it's Halloween. Yeah. The problem is you go out with now you get even more attention. Hey, take a picture of this. You can't win. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but they don't know who you are at least.
That's true.
You have your privacy.
You have your privacy. Gnostic is in the house. Hi, Gnostic. Say hi to Stephanie. He says you probably have cameras all over the place on the streets. Oh, in my little town? No, this is a family protected town. No problem here.
But is there any privacy in a little town? In a small town? I think there's more privacy in the city in general than there is in a small town. Because in a small town, everybody knows you.
And the word travels fast here in this town. Stephanie came to visit here last month at 2 concerts, one here, one in Pittsburgh. And I know in this town, people were like talking, hey, when's she coming back? So, but that's good. That's good loss of privacy, I guess. I don't know. But here in Gnostic, there are cameras for speeding tickets. There's tons of cameras in Walmart, in Kroger's. I feel famous when I shop there, you know. But yeah, we do have cameras here, and I'm actually kind of cool with that in a way. Okay, now where was I? We were talking about random photos, vacation photos. What about going for a walk or a jog up and down a neighborhood and those ring cameras, porch cameras, motion sensor? I get it why people have them, and that's cool. But they take a picture of you. Now what? Credit card history. How private do you feel now? Where was I? Jury duty. I am not in Dusseldorf, Ohio. No, I am in Steubenville. I am in Dean Martin country. Everybody. Yeah. Jury duty. Okay. What about ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends posting pictures that they should not have posted?
Never be in a relationship ever, because you will lose all your privacy. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I was going to invite you next year, but I don't know. No. Gnostic says, hi, Stephanie, even though she can't see the comments. I am relaying all the comments to her. I'm just trying to make it easier for her.
He's
Gnostic.
protecting your privacy.
Yes, I am protecting.
So I can't see your comments unless he gives me permission.
No, I'm not hiding anything here, Stephanie. You know. It's a German town. It's a German named town. Oh, Dusseldorf. Oh, I guess it is German, Dusseldorf. I was going to say, that sounds German, Dusseldorf. Okay, all right. Shut up, Gnostic. No, just kidding. Okay, next. Driver's license photos. How private do you feel now? Driver's license renewal. How private do you feel now?
Passport renewal.
Passport. That's another one. So, yeah. What about the robocall voice prints? I'm getting tired of these robocalls. You know, if you accidentally pick up the phone, you start talking. Now they have a copy of your voice print for unfriendly means, I guess is a way.
That's why I only answer the phone like this. Hello? What do you want?
Oh my God, if I ever call you, I'm like, oh, Stephanie, it's me. God.
Are you a robocaller?
I know. I should answer that when it's like an unknown call. I'd be like, hello? Well, I should do Arnold. Who is this? Yes, Gnostic, it's not the name of my town, Dusseldorf. I know. Paul's going hee. Okay, all right. Okay, robocall voice prints. Oh, and speaking of phone calls, all the ways you can lose your privacy, and I didn't even mention a little thing called a cell phone. And you want to be private?
that little machine is like a privacy stealer right there.
It's like a sponge, a vacuum that absorbs everything.
Well,
now,
I don't know if any of you guys happen to have Apple Watches like I do, but the new update now has a sound protection in it, meaning if you're in a space where the decibel level goes too high for too long, the watch will let you know so that you can put in earplugs or something. But that means it has to be listening. And the thing is, Apple is big on privacy, and so it is not turned on by default. After the new update, the watch asked us, it says, we will be able to hear your environment, but it will not be recorded do you still want to make this decision?
Uh-huh.
So at least they let you know that they could be listening.
You know, speaking of the Apple Watch, there was a cool story I caught this morning where that's one good thing about losing privacy. By the way, I changed manners real quick. I don't know if you guys caught Stephanie's name. It's Keanu Reeves for today. She's trying to be extra private. So
Well, no, it's because, see, I'm actually Keanu Reeves, and this is actually The Matrix, and my residual self-image got messed up, so.
oh man, I gotta stop taking blue pills. Oh no, but was it the red one? I lost track. Yeah, okay, all right. Where was I?
I know Kung Fu.
Yes, she does. Look out. Anyway, well, as you can see, Stephanie is a fan of The Matrix and Keanu Reeves, but this gadget is a data-sucking machine. That's what I think it is, and that's what she was trying to say. She makes some more good points as we go on with this. We're just going to take a little minute or two break here. I just wanted to show this, for tonight to catch up on any comments or people that missed yesterday's live show. So it's she had texted me yesterday morning, say, I just happened to be free. So she's such a bubbly person, loads of fun. Yeah, Joe, what you see on the stage, or not on the stage, but on YouTube, she's the same in real life. When we get together, it seems like who's going to come up with the next pun or joke or something funny, but she's that way in real life. So she's like a next door neighbor that I never had, or something like that. But I think the Germans appreciate privacy a little bit more. They appreciate the GDPR, as it's called. This little thing, I think the internet changed the world, and I think the Apple smartphone changed the world again in terms of connecting people around the world, but also full-blown data out of the bag, like a Pandora's box. Ken S, hello. Ron Singh, hello. Ron, I'm going to continue this. So we're just taking a short break. We did this yesterday. We actually had some audio issues on her end. I didn't realize it till I played it back. So I condensed it. I shaved about 25 minutes of pauses and stuff down to this 56 minutes. So anyway, if you haven't already, subscribed to Stephanie's channel and say hello, and you can check out her songs on the Bandcamp site, stephanieforian.bandcamp.com. She does read all emails. She gets like thousands of them, and God bless her. All right, why don't we continue with this? And again, I'll keep track of your comments here. So let's go to part 2 of 3 of the segment here. And I hope you guys enjoy it. What was I going to say? Oh, the Apple Watch. Mm-hmm. There was a store. I guess there's a built-in feature in the watch where if you fall, there's like a shock protection, not protection, but you fall, the watch catches that, it cracks or breaks, and it sends a 911 call. There's a feature in the Apple. I forget what they call that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the story goes...
The watch doesn't have to break to do that.
A shock.
Yeah, it just registers that something must have fallen. It'll say, did you fall? And if you don't respond, then it will call. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened. And by the way, Paul says, I think a good name for Stephanie would be Princess. Don't make her head bigger than it is, okay?
No, that's what I'll be next time. I'll be Princess. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Now to be open and disclose how to say what he said. Thanks, Paul. What was I saying? I lost track now. The Apple. Okay, so this guy fell on his bike. He was mountain biking. Mm-hmm. He fell. He was hurt. So the watch sent a thing to 911. 911 called this dad's son, who alerted the son. Anyway, they found this gentleman who fell, and they saved him. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing of not losing privacy. That's an instance where being monitored is good. So that's a feature in the one that can that be turned on or off?
Yes, that can be turned on.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. That's good way to lose your privacy if it saves your life, I guess. I know it sounds kind of strange. So all these things I mentioned, how do you feel about it, Stephanie?
Well, I mean, it's a complicated issue. On the one hand, you have the fact that the modern economy, the digital economy, works based on data. And if you don't feed it data, it's not going to grow. And considering the fact that we live in a capitalistic society where the main goal is to grow without data, how would you grow? So you have the economic perspective there. You have the legal perspective. Is it fair that this is happening? Should the purposes be limited? Should people be able to be aware of what they're giving their data for and what it will be used for? And for example, if Apple wants my data, they want my location data to protect me if I fall, are they then allowed to sell that information to for some statistical purpose? And if so, should I be made aware of that, and should I be able to decide if my data will be sold or not? Things like that. And like that's where Europe took, really severe steps last year with the GDPR. For example, if a company wants to do something other than what they initially stated with my data, they have to let me know. And they're not allowed to do it unless I give them my express permission in writing. So they can't just say, oh, by the way, we're going to sell your data now. They have to say, we would like to sell your data. Will you give us permission? And I have to say yes. They can't just assume that I say yes. It's not yes by default. But so yeah, you have, the economic aspects, you have the legal aspects, you have the personal aspects of confidentiality, integrity, personal relationships, and everybody there has very different boundaries. There's some people I know that they don't say anything about themselves, and there's some people I know who they're an open book. So it's kind of something that everybody has to decide for themselves. But I do think that, considering the fact that we are living in a society where companies and governments are currently collecting crazy amounts of data about citizens, where maybe some lines need to be drawn as to what's allowed and what's not.
So the GDPR overseas, are people, has the reaction been positive or neutral or what? Or
it's kind of hell for small businesses because you have to have a data protection officer now for any company, even if you are a one-person company. You have to be your own data protection officer, and you have to be acquainted with the laws and what that means. So, for example, if I have a mailing list, I have to then ask everybody, if people were on the mailing list before, and then I had to send an email out saying, would you still like to be on this email list? And anybody who didn't reply back to that had to be removed from the list and deleted. I had to delete their information, even though the only way that I have their email address is because they gave it to me for the email list.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
But on the other hand, I never get robocalls. I never get spam mail. I don't get, the only spam that I ever get is from American companies who do not comply with GDPR, which is technically illegal. But as for spam emails from European companies, that just doesn't happen. So I have an American email address. That's where I put all the American companies that I want to, be in contact with. They get that email address. And it's funny because my European inbox is only messages that are useful to me. And my American inbox is filled with nonsense.
Wow. And that GDPR for emails works pretty good?
It works amazingly. I never get robocalls ever. I never get spam calls. No businesses ever call me. No politicians ever call me. Nothing. My phone only rings when someone I know is contacting me for a specific purpose. And that is so good because when I visit friends in the States, they're probably getting calls sometimes at certain times of day every 5 minutes.
Wow.
And it's from people they don't know. It's from scammers and businesses and politicians. And
it never ends.
Yeah. And my question is, because, officially there's been legislation enacted in the states which says that there's a do not call list, and once you're on that, you'll be removed from all these lists. But everybody I know who's on that list still gets called like crazy, and they say, well, it's because they're using illegal technologies and we don't know how to get a grip on it. But why is it that then in Europe that I don't get any phone calls?
What's going on there?
It can't just be, because if they're using illegal things, then why aren't they doing that in Europe?
Yeah.
Because that technology exists. It should be being used everywhere, you'd think.
Could it be in Europe they have a little bit more morals?
Well, I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily that, but also what I sometimes wonder is, for example, sometimes I've worked in marketing for music equipment. And I'll be a consultant for companies on how to market certain products to certain musician groups. And one of the things that we've always noticed is if you're marketing something to the American market, it's very different than, say, for example, if you market it to Germans. Because in the US, a lot of my friends on social media, they'll put that they like certain companies. Like, maybe they like this maker of microphones, or they like this maker of guitar amps. Whereas in Germany, they don't even use their real names on social media a lot of the time. They don't even have a picture of themselves, or if they do, it's covered, so you only see like a corner of their face. And they never put what they like. And of course, Facebook uses the information from your likes to target ads. Well, the companies that want me to help them figure out, how to target the ads and how to write the ads, for these certain musician groups, they ask me how to do that in Germany. And I tell them every time it's going to be tricky, simply because people aren't willing to give that information to Facebook in the first place. So Facebook isn't able to do nearly as much targeting in Europe as they are in the US, simply because people aren't willing to give up that information, because they're much more concerned about privacy here than in the US.
So you do feel a little bit more private and secure over there, all things considered. Well,
I'm not sure if it's an illusion, but I do know that when I look up, people in the U.S. sometimes to do, say, background checks if I'm going to go meet someone that I don't know, because I do travel a lot. I try to make sure that there's no open criminal records being like, this person's a murderer.
Like me.
Yes. Carmine has not murdered anyone to our knowledge.
Not yet. No, just kidding. I did not do a background check on you, and I just went by gut feel. My New York gut say she's okay. No, but
well, I do think there's also a difference between men and women. I think that as a woman, I just naturally have to be a little bit more careful because it's just a different situation. But
understood.
If I'm looking up background information on someone in the U.S., it's much easier for me to find credit scores and outstanding court cases and any public complaints that have been registered about anybody that I'm looking up, whereas I can't find anything like that in Europe.
I just want to let you know that my information is behind a firewall in Sicily. That's why all the bad stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I
see.
Yeah, but interesting. So the GDPR, for what it's worth, does work at least in less robocalls and to some extent.
However, it also depends on the person, because there are, what I was saying about Germans, that's a generalization, which of course means there are some Germans who are totally willing to put themselves out there. And a lot of times, if you're a performer, you have to put your face out there and you have to put information about yourself out there. And so then,
well, because of what you do.
Right.
And that's understandable. You can't expect to be a quote unquote private and do what you do, because it's counterproductive for you to get your name out there. However, that could be bad too. Could you tell that story again where you were doing a show? You went to the car. I'll just go to the car, and you were mobbing the Russian guy. Had a true story.
Wait, which mob story should I tell?
Oh my God!
There's a.
All right, let's take a short chat break here. But yeah, Dan says 283 blocked phone numbers, and they keep calling. And I wrote they multiply like rodents. That's actually a line in one of the Halo movies. They multiply like rodents. Yeah. The do not call list, even if it is somewhat valid, how do you block all of them? I just don't answer the phone. If it's an important call, they will leave a message. That's how I see it. So I don't answer the phone. It used to be just on the house phone, but now it's even on my cell phone. Not as bad, But like I said, if it's important, they will leave a message. Simple text says, "Get Truecaller. You pay $3 a month and you never get any riffraff." Well, that's interesting. So it really works. I wonder how they do that. Okay, it's called Truecaller. Is that for house phone or cell phone, or is it for both? I think there are apps you can download to block calls, like Dan said, but yeah. Every time the feds announce measures to curtail those, they seem to increase fourfold. Yeah. You report it to clean it up, and they block it. Okay, all right. It's for a cell. Okay. And it's an app for iPhone. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, this, when I first started getting on the web, in the 90s, I think one of the first things I remember, "Hey, Jason, let me send you an email, see if it works." Then he replied, "Oh, wow, this is so cool." That was one of my first fond memories of the web, playing games. Never in my mind did I think, wait a minute, all my data's being taken. We didn't think about that till later, with the explosion of computers and, of course, this little magic box, the cell phone, So, does privacy exist on the web? Now, you can have privacy amongst yourselves, family, friends, spouse. Yeah, I would say that exists. But, once you get on the web in any form or fashion, and if you think you can be private, too many leaks in the web balloon, as I like to say it, and I don't like it. Only option is to stay off the web, right? I don't know where this goes, or what's the tipping point for this. How many fines have to be paid? I think the GDPR is a good start overseas. It seems to work. As Stephanie was saying, it's not perfect, but I think that may be a way out to fix the issue of improper data collection. At least that's how I see it. So, all right, let's continue with the last part of this. I'll keep track of your chat comments. Again, if there's anybody new watching, please do stop by and say hello. You don't have to give your real name if you want to be private, as it were. So let's continue with the last part of this, okay?
Bunch. Was this the one with the guitar picks, or was this
pick
the
one? You told one here when you came by the stage, but like if there's a better one, be my guest.
I don't remember. There's a lot of stories, but there was one time where I wanted to go to the bus because I was really tired. We had been on the road for I think 3 weeks already, and we were sleeping in the bus on the way to the next town overnight. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's tiring, and so I was just ready for bed. And the show got over I think at midnight or 1 a.m. So I mean, it wasn't an early night anyway. And I really wanted to go to the band bus, and I was like, I'm just gonna pack up my stuff and go. And the bodyguards were like, no, you stay. And I was like, nobody knows who I am. I'm the background singer. Nobody could care what I'm doing. So I walk out and they're like, oh, the singer! And I was like, oh no! And this whole group of fans who weren't actually fans of me, they were fans of the singer I was traveling with, but they're like, oh, she was on stage with him, and they're on top of me, trying to grab clothes and hair, and I'm like, ah! I thought I was gonna die, but the bodyguards were very tall and burly, and they managed to pick everyone off me. They're like, we told you, no! And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'll always listen, I'm so sorry.
I think that was the story, or some close to it, that you told here. But sometimes notoriety can be a bad thing, and it wasn't like you were out there looking for it, because you're thinking, well, I'm not a big name, I'm just a background singer. Right. Well, I figured I'm in the back, nobody knows who I am. I'm just singing in the background. But the audience associates you with the star, whoever the star is, that they know, hey, she's with him or her. Let's go. Yeah. LJ Pellegrino says hello to me. We'll say hi to Stephanie. LJ. No, but I I don't know if you noticed, Stephanie, but when we were walking up and down the Parkway Theater, getting to know, that was my first time there. I didn't know I mean, I knew that the theater was fine, but I didn't know anything about the joint. So it wasn't just a matter of protecting me. I got to protect you, or else your mom would kill me. Your mom was going to, hey, hey, hey. So I don't know if you noticed, but when we walked side by, I walked slightly ahead of you. You may have noticed, and like,
Oh yeah, I had my own bodyguard.
yeah, well, that was me. I didn't say nothing. I'm like, wow, no, but
You forget, I am Keanu Reeves, and I know.
yes, this is her name. Here we go. There, that's the banner. Yeah, that's right. No, but anyway, I guess that. I mean, what if that was me? What if I'm the background singer? I'll just go to my car to get a, whatever, a candy and all these. Of course, if I had a bunch of girls come out, I'm not sure I would say no, I don't know, but no, I guess that would be unnerving, just to say the least. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Being somewhat famous like Stephanie has its ups and downs.
I am not famous.
Okay.
I'm not. Like, I bet those people, if they saw me on the street right now, like a couple of years later, they probably don't remember me. But
Or they might
because
say, "What?
they had just seen a show with
I know
different
your
people.
face. Yeah, where did I see you before? In Steubenville? No, not in Steubenville. But no, I understand. I understand.
No, there was only one time where I was traveling to the airport where I was going through security, and this guy goes, "You're that singer," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're in that band, Ruby Ruff," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "You know my band?" Like that was cool because it was one person, and he was very nice.
But that's okay. But that's good. That's good. Okay, let me get the banner off because she's not Keanu Reeves.
I so am Keanu Reeves.
This is Stephanie's music here. Stephanie Bandcamp.com if interested. LJ says hello. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just watching the chat for her, LJ, so she doesn't have to work as hard for tonight. It's kind of a little bit late there in Munich, I say Muncie, Germany. No, but the point I was getting at is you have to be aware and vigilant in today's world.
Because
Especially,
I think in reality, even though it's harder to be private in the U.S., you can maintain your privacy if you want to, but you definitely have to take precautions, and you're also going to give up some convenience.
right. You can retain some of your privacy, as it were. Can you gain total privacy? You can't, because again, how do you erase yourself off the internet? Say you wanted to start from scratch.
Well, there is the right to be forgotten. There was that case in Spain, and that actually, I think, started the whole thing. But officially, if you want, they can't erase you from the internet, but Google can erase all record of you so that no one can find you.
Okay, let's
So
say
they
Google
would
does
have to.
that. But what about the information that's outside of Google on the web? That's the problem. How do you control the web?
Yeah, this is true,
Yeah.
but the thing is, you have to know where to find the information. And without a search engine, if every search
Okay.
engine has to remove my name, then even if a newspaper has an article about me, someone would have to know that that article exists, and that I'm in it, and then they'd have to Google that article to find it. Because how
Okay.
often do we know the exact web
Okay.
address that we're looking for? So, yes, you
So it's
can-
harder. It's harder. Okay, all right.
And under this law, if someone had something about me that was published, I could go to them and say, you have to remove that from your website, and they're required to.
Okay, fair enough.
The question is, when it comes to journalism, that I'm not so sure, because journalistic articles, they can't necessarily just erase everything, because that's how we get our information.
That's how we get information.
That's
We
our
have a-
record of history.
We have a right
So,
to know, right?
yeah.
These are my thoughts on the whole thing, and it's not something I thought about, till years later. I'm like, gee, what if somebody, and you've heard horror stories of people where they've had their faces photoshopped and these deep fakes, which are very convincing. It's usually done with stars like Schwarzenegger or Stallone or somebody else. It looks kind of funny, but that's not funny in a way, because you never gave these people your permission, I think in today's world, my definition of privacy is to be as totally private as possible, meaning almost no information, which is impossible. It just, again, there were too many leaks in that bicycle tire in the balloon or whatever, too many leaks. I said a little pinhole leak. You're like, no, it's a tidal wave toss.
Well,
Okay.
the second you're going to put yourself out there on the internet, I mean, just having an email address is dangerous in that sense. But
Yes.
I mean, if you want a social media account, whoa, good luck with that. Because now, I mean, it used to be that you could register with some fake name, but now you need to prove who you are. Because they're trying to lock down on fake accounts, which is horrible. Because if I want my cat to have a Facebook account, then how am I supposed to prove that my cat's name is Studio Cat? But I understand where they're coming from.
Okay. Of all the things that we've talked about, I just think, in general, in my definition of privacy in today's world, not just on the web, Stephanie, but on the 10 or 12 things that I listed here, I think it's impossible. So I don't think it exists the way I would like it to exist. Now, that does not mean just going to put yourself out there and forget about it. No. You still want to be as private as you can, be as secure as you can, because it is your life, so be careful. But to be private, in the way I define it, I think you have two chances of becoming private. And those two chances are slim and none.
So I agree with you. But how can you minimize your data footprint then, in a realistic way?
Okay, so
if you want to live within normal society, be on social media. How can
all
you
right,
minimize your
all right. So I feel a little more private, and you are, and more secure, using a Linux-based system that does not throw your data out. At least I trust it enough to where if there is a data leak or privacy leak in a Linux distro, the community says, hey, well, look what's going on. So I do feel a little more private that way. You can use VPNs, virtual private networks. Supposedly that's supposed to make you more private, but then who's monitoring them? Say it's Mr. Smith. Well, then who's monitoring Mr. Smith? Again, there's too many leak points, leak possibilities, you see?
So you just have to put fake information about yourself out there.
Well, I have fake
and that
email.
way nobody will know what's real. So if I tell you I am Keanu Reeves and I know Kung Fu, and
Right.
I put that everywhere on the internet,
Yeah,
then maybe people
yeah.
will be like, well, maybe she is Keanu Reeves.
Well, she's not Keanu Reeves, but my shoulder's still sore from those free lessons that you gave me last month. But no, no. I mean, I see what you're coming from, But I just think because we have no control, uncool. Richard Addison said,
some data
"Yeah,
is worth more than others. I think.
yeah, it's worth more than that. Yeah, maybe yours, not mine, because I'm not a singer." Richard says, for most people, hi, Richard. Say hi to Stephanie. For most people, it does not, but it's technically not impossible. You mean total privacy? I think it's totally impossible. Again, there are too many leak points in the web. I don't like it, but it is what it is. That's why I said you have two chances of being private. Your chances are slim and none. Good luck with that, because you cannot control everything. It's impossible. Now, to be secure, yeah, against malware, stuff like that, viruses, absolutely. You can have your system leak out, well, not leak, put out less data, as in don't use Windows 10. Of course, now with Windows 10, the problem isn't data leakage. It's updates and drivers that break everything. This month, was the last month, this month, an update broke the start menu. Really, Windows? That sounds like a vaudeville act. Yeah, I did an update, broke the start menu. It really did.
Don't make me cry.
I know you have your issues, but with Windows 10, thankfully I have not.
I have issues with Mac too. I have not found a perfect system. Maybe I do need to use Linux.
Okay, so in general, would you say you feel a little bit more private in a Mac or more secure in general?
I say it really depends on how you're using it. I mean, because you could you could install whatever browsers you want, even the most secure browsers, but if you're going to use Google on that browser, or if you're going to log into a Facebook account from that browser, it doesn't matter how secure your system is, because you're putting information on the web.
Okay. Richard says, Stephanie, don't listen to Carmine. Hello. Okay, fine. As I was saying,
like a lot of the programs that are written for Apple machines, they are contacting their own servers in the background to transmit information. But there are programs that will make you aware of that. And those programs that are trying to say, for example, Adobe wants to send information. And I mean, I honestly believe that a lot of times they're using that information to improve their products, and they don't really care about you. They just care about improving their products. However, if you don't want that, there are programs like Little Snitch out there, and Adobe.
Little Snitch.
It's called Little Snitch, yeah.
I thought I saw that in the Mafia movie.
Nope. But Little
Okay.
Snitch will then say, by the way, this program is trying to communicate with its server. Do you want it to do that or not? And then you can choose whether it's allowed to do that or not.
They should call it Little Whistleblower or something. I don't know.
But Little Snitch sounds so
I know.
cool.
He's a snitch. Right. It's not so much smaller as Apple is. This is from Gnostic. As Apple is getting into medical record storage for conglomerates. Good luck with that. Okay. They went Windows 10. It looks great, but yeah. And it seems to me they got rid of their testing team and let robots do it. Great job, Microsoft.
They're taking over the world. I mean, robots,
Yeah.
not Microsoft. Robots.
Yeah. Or Microsoft. Yeah. Yeah, right. Richard says, first you need to define privacy. Well, I did. All right, I tried to. To me, privacy is as totally private as possible, meaning no data on the web without my permission. And again, no matter what you do to your system or what system you use to deflect or prevent data leakage from going out, all it takes is that one little piece of data to go out, and it spreads like a wildfire. That's why, for me, privacy, with my definition of privacy, does not exist. Because no matter how careful you are, and I am, Stephanie, is, not security. Security against, malware, viruses, that you can be about 100% as possible. But see, that's not profitable. Your data is profitable. That's why they sell it. That's why you have two chances of being private on the web. Your chances are slim and none. And not to mention these other things I talked about: satellite photos, dash cams, speeding ticket cameras, Walmart shopping cameras, vacation photos, credit card history, jury duty, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends. Whew. It's impossible, guys, but that's my feeling about that.
I
Does
have a question for everybody.
Please, yeah.
Because I'm always looking for a good search engine. Like, Google is an excellent search engine.
It is.
It gives me the results that I want. However, there have sometimes been some multicultural projects that I've worked on that are for, cultural understanding and, love, peace, and whatever. But I've had to Google some, stuff that I think if it was looked at out of context, you'd be like, why is this girl Googling this and then that and then this? And then I was working on another project, working for something for yard work. But all of a sudden I'm Googling, going from, understanding Muslim culture, and then all of a sudden I'm going to axes. And it's like, why would she be Googling Muslim stuff and then lawnmowers and axes? And it's like all of a sudden if you put two and two together the wrong way, it was all completely innocent. I wasn't even Googling it for my own personal stuff. It was all for professional purposes. However, and it was for totally different, unrelated projects. However, if all of a sudden then I start having to Google certain chemicals for fertilizers, but those fertilizers can theoretically be used to make some sort of weird explosive, and people start putting two and two together in the wrong way, and then you have a perfectly innocent person who has absolutely no whatever evil intentions in their head, but all of a sudden it looks suspicious. And so how would you go about using a search engine in a situation like that? You can't cover your tracks. So
Guys,
what search engine would you use?
we'll let the team toss chime in here.
Yeah.
As far as more private search engines, there's one called DuckDuckGo.
Yes,
that
I
I-
have used that, but the results aren't very great.
Okay, I would have to agree. There's one called Start Page.
Mm-hmm.
You can try that. Any other ideas here? Richard says to me, this discouraging people and making people skeptical of privacy is part of tearing down privacy. I believe in privacy. Okay? Totally believe in privacy and security. However, I am not going to sit here and say you can be totally private once you hit the web, because that's not true. That's misleading. Sometimes I feel like Jack Nicholson in the movie A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. No, but I do believe in it. That's why I'm laying it on I'm telling you like it is. There are way too many holes out there on the web for you to think you have total privacy. Should you not be private? Of course. Should you do everything you can to be, safe and secure and private and vigilant? 110%. As a New Yorker, we believe in that. I was born in New York. It's very easy to get lost out there, or like any big city, or to be caught off guard. Pickpockets, this and that. I totally believe in that. But if you think, well, I'm going to buy this machine or buy this phone and I have solved the issue of privacy, come on. It's like those guys on ESPN Center. Come on, man.
Well,
that's
like
not.
but even if you were to solve it with a technical fix,
right?
If you give someone a smartphone and you say this smartphone is secure,
yeah,
and it's going to protect your privacy. However, if you use that smartphone to put your data online on a social media profile,
yeah,
or if you're going to make a YouTube video with it, then you've automatically voluntarily given up your privacy. I have a friend who takes privacy probably more seriously than anyone I know. He uses email, but he has absolutely not a single social media account. There are no pictures of him online. You can Google his name. You can have all of his information. You won't find a single picture of him anywhere because he's very careful to avoid being, if he sees someone taking a picture, he'll avoid it. If someone says, oh, let's take a selfie together, he's like, no. And he has an email, but he can't read his email from his phone. He has Linux. He has a Linux laptop, and he will access his emails. But like I said, he only has his work emails on there. If he wants to talk to you privately, he will call you, and that's it. Now I'm not sure how private our calls are, but
I do believe in privacy. That's why I'm telling you, not you, but everybody else in the world or on YouTube who follow this channel, because I call it like it is. I want you to be private. That's why you need to be aware that privacy on the web, the way I define it. But once you get on the web, no matter what you do, and you can take steps to be a little more secure. Once you get on the web, privacy does not exist on the web. Can it exist in your personal life? Sure. In the system, in the technology that you use, 100%, totally agree. But what happens once you get on the web? I don't want to be treated like a fool. Oh, you buy this thing and you're going to stay private. Yeah, but I go on the web. I do YouTube. Now, granted, I already, Stephanie's a singer. To be totally obscure for her would not be good, because that's what she does. So we're giving it is a matter of convenience. Somebody said it's psychological warfare. Probably. Lot of comments here, Stephanie. Do VPNs help? Yeah. I don't have one personally, but absolutely they can help. Some people have an issue with with understanding how privacy works. Yeah. Richard, yeah. Steve says, no privacy here on you, great America. Open Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, that's really private. Woodby says, New York mayor is okay by you. I don't know him, so I can't answer that. Startpage uses Google search engine but does not track. Stephanie, try Startpage.
Startpage.
That's what it's called. It does not track. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I will take a moment and say Stephanie writes great songs and is intelligent and beautiful lady, Woodbeast. Woodbeast, here's that $20 I owe you. No, just kidding. All right, there you go, Stephanie. When you have lost all your privacy, you will have lost all your other freedoms as well. I don't believe we have lost all our privacy on a local level, meaning your friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, your significant. No, there are things that can be private one-on-one or family. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is once you put your life on the web, either by accident, you didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I would have to agree to it. If you have lost all your privacy, which I think we have on the web, you have lost other freedoms as well. I can't really argue with that. What I'm saying is don't have a false sense of security or don't be diluted. We're saying if I buy this piece of technology that's more secure, more private.
But is there anybody out there selling a piece of technology that says this smartphone will protect your privacy?
Well, yeah, there's something called the Librem Linux phone that supposedly it's going to protect your privacy. It's like 720p display. It's like $700, and they're pushing the privacy thing. Number one, to me, that's baloney. I believe the phone is secure, 100%, but once you get on the web, And number two, it's overpriced. I'm sorry, but that's how I see it. I still wish him the best of luck. I want another option for cell phones, and not just Apple and I mean like the Android phones and Samsungs. But buying any piece of technology to say you buy this and you are now private, yeah, just don't get on the web, because once you do that
But
leak,
that's what you use a smartphone for.
catch 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
do have to say, sometimes I'm actually shocked at what people put on the web. Like, just not even because like it's bad. Like sometimes people share things and I'm personally happy that they're sharing it because they're friends of mine and we're friends on social media, and I'm glad I can be part of their lives. So like I'm happy that I get to see those things. So I'm not judging them for putting it on there. I'm like, oh yay, I get to because I live so far away and I travel so much. That's the only way I really get to keep in touch with people. So I'm thankful for it. But at the same time, the other flip side of that coin is I'm like, but you just put a naked picture of your kid online, and I don't know what your privacy settings are, but anybody could potentially see that.
Well, then that's the person's fault, right? Yeah,
or their future, like when their little kid grows up, and then their first girlfriend or boyfriend comes over and they're like, and they Google them and they're like, oh look, it's a naked picture of Billy or whatever. I mean, like, when it was just like someone coming over and like seeing the naked picture of you that your mom has like framed on the mantle, that's like one thing because they're in your house, and you can at least try to hide the picture. But I mean, if it's online for everybody to see, I don't know, kids these days, I don't know
that
what they
leak.
do.
That leak out in the web says even the privacy of our government officials get hacked.
Or like, what about that data hack with all the celebrities and all those nude pictures that I never looked at, but I imagine a lot of people did.
Number one, if you're a celebrity, even if you're not, and you're putting nude pictures of yourself on private servers or private, what the bleep are you thinking?
Well, okay, but let me just say, like, as someone who travels a lot, now
Yeah.
I perfectly agree with you. I don't put naked pictures of myself anywhere. They just don't exist. However, I can understand that if you are on a film shoot and your husband's also on a film shoot and you haven't seen each other in 2 months and you're trying to keep the spark alive, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do it in a secure way? So you think you have a secure server?
I know exactly how to do it. If I'm with my significant honey and we haven't said we want to get the spark, where's that Polaroid camera? There you go. Done.
Yeah, but I mean, you mail that, and I mean, do you know how many people have these people have personal assistants? They're opening the mail. I mean,
I would mail it certified mail. Saying if I had to, I would. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
I agree,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling a lot of celebrities are rethinking how they want to start the spark. But,
Too late. Once it's on the web, text
But
me
then-
later. Yeah.
But do you have Alexa in your bedroom? Also a problem.
But
Then
that's
change
true.
your Alexa's name to Echo.
I guess you can change the wake up word or whatever it's called.
can,
Yeah,
yeah.
come to think of it, yeah. I never. Yeah, okay. Well, there. But still, I think I would just have it unplugged. Yeah. It is convenient. Set the alarm, play music, notes, and all that. I know you use it too, and that's fine. But be aware.
Can't you have her now be like Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I did a quick. Yeah, you can buy voices, celebrity voices of Samuel. Boy, that would be something. So instead of Alexa saying, "Good morning, it's time to get up," you would have Samuel L. Jackson. Wake up, fool! Bleepily bleep. Get your bleepily bleep out. Oh, well, what if it's Schwarzenegger? Wake up! I would buy Schwarzenegger's voice. I would buy Stephanie's voice doing Arnett Schwarzenegger. Get up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'm up. All right.
I'm up.
Anyway, thank you, Paul. But yeah, whenever us get together, me and her, we're just jokes and silliness have to fly. I don't know. That's what we do, I guess, for being entertainers. So.
I don't know. If I'm not singing, I'm not much of an entertainer.
There was a few news and nonsense where you had 3 little quips or little puns. I had 0. Yeah,
Really? I don't think so.
Here's one I was.
You 0?
Here's what I was talking, and I had my phone like, oh, the light came on. Let's get that off. And you were like, thanks for shedding some light on the subject. Stephanie, just because you aren't singing, I think you're beautiful, intelligent, young. I'm running out of bribes here, got cash to bribe these guys. All right,
Man, I was
Quails.
feeling so good, and now I know you're just paying them all off.
Just a joke. This is what we do.
Oh, it's so rough.
Well, I think we should end this on a high note, Quail.
Good.
So, and again, if you missed any of this, that's 2 for Stephanie. Okay, see.
But the first one was just a replay from an old
Well,
vlog. So
but it was a go one. It was a go one. The light
okay,
came
so it
on.
counts twice. I'll take it.
In fact,
I'll take
that
what I can get.
that happened to me twice. You wasn't on. I was making a point. Freaking light came on. Stop it. I want to, Anyway, it was Culture Club. Time will give me time now. He's making a comeback tour. Time will. Yeah, I guess it was. Won't give him. He had a couple hits. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for. I think that was him, right? All right, that is the end of that. Stephanie's a smart woman, isn't she? I think so. So, those are our thoughts. Those are my thoughts on privacy. I don't know where this issue of privacy, I don't know where this goes from here. Yeah, just be vigilant, be aware. Post as little as possible if you can, and stay secure as you can. Make sure your system is up to date, whether it's Windows, Mac, or Linux, and avoid shady websites. But the web, what an incredible invention that has opened up a floodgate of endless possibilities. And one of those possibilities is endless data collection. Right? I don't know, guys. What is the end game for this? I don't think it is an end game. Can you imagine turning off the web? Shutting off the web, that it no longer exists? Not going to happen. Omega Beast High. Shady websites are fun sometimes. I don't go there. I just don't do it. Yeah. Too shady, right? You block Origin to block ads. Yeah, I have the ad blockers turned off on YouTube to help other YouTubers get some AdSense. Because I understand having ad blockers can, among other things, can directly affect revenue for a channel. It's affected this channel. In fact, it's pretty bad. So as far as YouTube goes, I have no problem generally shutting that off and helping other. I do click some ads, relevant ads, like movie reviews or movie previews, trailers, stuff like that, But I have uBlock Origin installed. Yeah. There are some ads with over 4 megabytes. Yeah, ads comes in all shapes and sizes. So, anyway, shut off the personal data servers. Okay. How do we do that? I don't know. Well, thank you, Simple Tech. Thank you for stopping by. Very kind. Yeah, I was able to get Stephanie here and help her with some of the expenses because you guys helped me help keeping this channel surviving. It hasn't been easy the last couple years. I've been out of the corporate life for 2 years now. And I don't have the income that I had, you used to have. So it's been a challenge. But anyway, Simple Tech, thank you. YouTube seems to be promoting already established YouTubers and Hollywood stars these days. Well, it's part of a business. Gnostic. Can't say I blame them, Yeah, so I totally get it, It used to be. Thank you. Sleepy, you just saw the notification. I'm sorry, man. You can replay. Yeah, I got my notifications for my own show like 20 minutes late. So it's not just you. Just go ahead and replay this, Sleepy. This was more of a condensed version of yesterday's chat about privacy with Stephanie. I didn't like the audio yesterday, but when I played it back, I noticed that the audio on her end was very low, even though it sounded okay in my earpiece. I may just take that video down and keep this one up, but this is more of a condensed version, getting to the point of the highlights and jokes. But anyway, but yeah, with the issue of privacy on the web, I just don't think it exists. It's just too many holes, too many holes in the system to plug up. Um, I hear you, Kenneth. I would love to make $1,200 on YouTube a month, um, but anyway. Okay, we'll wrap this up here in about 5 minutes. So again, I know those of you came in late. Just go ahead and wait till this thing finishes processing and play it back. Okay. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Stephanie's channel and check out some of her songs. Buy some of her songs on the Bandcamp page. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful, natural, beautiful talent. Nothing phony about it. She's the real deal. Yeah, absolutely. Not just an angel voice, but an angel heart. So this weekend, I think I can pick the best Linux OS for 2019. I think we have a winner. It was close, but I think we have a winner. I know we have a top 3. We may have a top 8. Not enough for a top 10. And we'll see. We'll do that either Friday or Saturday night. I'm looking. I might do it Friday night. No, Sleepy. She was on yesterday. It was recorded. Yeah. Let me post Stephanie's link, Gnostic, for the new people. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so this is Stephanie's Bandcamp page. You can listen to the songs for free all you want if you like what you hear. You know what, you can download the songs or the CDs individually. If you go to the Bandcamp site to buy the CD, you get to download the songs like now, and then the CD comes in the mail. However, there's a spot there on the Bandcamp page. If you buy a CD, if you send her a message to sign it, she will sign the CD. Okay, just to let you know, just as a thank you, and tell her I sent you. She calls me her music ambassador. But yeah, she was on yesterday, Sleepy. She's in Germany, so it's 3:19 a.m. there. So, but I wanted to edit what we did yesterday with better sound quality, and then to take some of your comments to people who couldn't make it yesterday. And I'll tell her. I'll probably send her an email tomorrow. There's no point in sending it now. She's in bed. You can download the FLAC and MP3 as well. Yeah, you can download the lossless version of the songs. Yeah. So check out the songs on Bandcamp. Thank you, Don. But yeah, it's always great chatting with her and cracking jokes. Like I said, I had her here last month. It was only 2.5 days, and it's like the days went boom. I will tell Stephanie that we did a show tonight, and I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Yeah, her visit with the alien takeover endings. Yeah, those were kind of clever. Yeah. hmm Yep. Yeah, some of her vids from the North Sea. I mean, beautiful videos. I mean, the ocean there. Wow, very nice. It seems so peaceful. All right, Simple Tech. Thank you. Yeah, the music is good. Yeah. Well, again, there's nothing fake about it. So, do I still use Privacy Badger? I think I do. I'm not sure if it works. I just think maybe it's like speed things up. Omega Beast. I use it, but I'm not going to be delusional and say that I'm totally private, But I do use it because I think it helps speed up, speed up the web pages. So yeah. Um, all right, Sleepy. Maybe I'll catch you this weekend. All right, Simple Tech. You take care. Thanks for stopping by. Calm down. You have friends here. Calm down. Have a glass of wine. Everything will be fine. Yeah, Privacy Badger, uBlock, Origin, HTTPS everywhere, and occasionally no script. No script does maybe too good of a job. I mean, it loads nothing. Nothing. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for stopping by. So I think the next Linuxy thing I'll take a look at may be the new Ubuntu Mate. That's my personal favorite, so maybe tomorrow or maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure. So you whitelist the YouTubers? Yeah, generally speaking, on YouTube, I just shut off the ad blockers. I like to help out everybody that I can if I click a ad. Because I know it's affected this channel badly. So I can imagine for other YouTubers. So I just have it turned off. It's no big deal, for me. It's no big deal, Recommend the G-Hacks, recommended by the G-Hacks team. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to work, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No script will lock you down. You want to be private. Yeah, no script will just get you off the web. You're private. Ta-da! It's like, yeah, it works too good. Electronic Foundation, yeah. Yeah. All right, last call for comments, and we'll say good night for this evening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your following the channel. Thank you for all your contributions to the channel. They really do help keep this thing going. It's not cheap. So anyway. If we have any Pittsburgh Steelers fans, the Steelers right now are winning, for what it's worth. All right, so I think that's it for this evening. Thank you for stopping by. Keep in touch, and I'll catch you guys sometime later. So I'll just say buonanotte. Have a good evening. Take care.